In this video, I'm going to give you 9 reasons on why you should start your own accounting firm. In the last 6 years with my company Accounting Kings, we worked with accountants to get more clients, and a big portion of our client portfolio were starting accounting firms or people that were in the big four or just had a job at an accounting firm which they just did not enjoy. And I'm going to give you 9 reasons, the 9 most common reasons why accountants are starting their own firms, with tips that you can directly implement if you are starting your own firm. So let's dive right in. Number 1 is the freedom. When I'm talking to potential clients or current clients that we helped with starting their own firm, one of the biggest reasons why they start their own business is because they want to have the freedom. If you are working in the big four or for another accounting firm in public accounting, you just simply don't really have the freedom. You cannot say during tax season, especially, hey, you know what, I want to take a vacation. You cannot say, I want to just take my laptop and go travel or visit some other states if you live in the US. Or you cannot say, you know what, I want to go into different continents and explore new cultures. There are always time frames that you need to be at your desk working for someone else. The biggest reason why people want to start their own accounting firm and the biggest benefit is simply the freedom. And if you want to start your own accounting firm, the biggest tip I can give if you want to have the freedom is niche down, pick a specific industry and work only 100% virtually. Because if you pick a specific industry you are going after, if you really niche down, then the businesses that you are going to attract, they're already assuming that you work 100% online, because you are simply not able to work with one industry in person. Because if you, let's say you live in one city, there are simply not enough businesses in that specific city, let's say 10 or 20 mile radius, in that one industry. So if you want to have the freedom, make sure you niche down. They already assume that the service is 100% digitalized. Then the second reason why most people want to start their own accounting firm is because of the earning potential. So many very knowledgeable accountants that I'm working with and I'm talking to, they're so smart and they know really what they're doing, but they are simply not compensated enough. They put in a lot of effort, they have ongoing education, they provide so much value to the businesses that they are working with, but the person that they are working for, they just want to take it too big of a share in the value that they are providing. So many accountants that we get clients for, they make more money, they provide the same value as working for someone else, right? They have the same expertise and they are now simply earning more. So sure, you have a little bit more risk of, okay, the person is leaving, so now I'm out of like some income. But it's also almost the same thing that if you work for a firm, because if that happens to them too many times, they have to let go of staff and you are also out of a job. So the earning potential is a big one. And a quick tip with the earning potential is make sure that when you are pricing your clients, you use value pricing. Do not just look at how much work it will actually take you to deliver the service and do the job. Actually look at how much value you are providing. Make sure that you are not commoditizing. Make sure that you are not undervaluing yourself, because then it's actually better to work for someone else. Then reason number 3 to work for yourself and start your own firm is because you can choose who you work with. You can pick your own clients and you can actually pick the people that you work with, the staff, if you are in a position where you finally can hire someone. This is also another benefit of niching down. If you actually niche down, you know almost what kind of person you are going to work with. If you really enjoy working with professional service providers, you can work with consultants or law firms. But if you are more of a person that likes to work with trades companies, you can just work with plumbers or roofing companies. If you have things in common, you like how they do business, you like the personality types in the industry, you can decide you can decide who you actually want to work with and who you just want to not really put some focus on. And it's the same thing for hiring. When you are hiring someone, you are growing and you want to expand the business. Not only you're going to make more money and have more freedom, but you will also just have a better team, people that you enjoy working with, people with the same interests, with the same hobbies. And life and work itself will simply be more fun. And another big thing is that if you work mainly online, you have a bigger pool of people you can actually interview and hire. So if you have an online firm and you just do daily Zoom meetings and every now and then you do meet up with your team, there simply is a better fit and a better connection because you can be more picky with who you work with and who you hire because more people will apply to your job. Then number 4 on why you should start your own accounting firm is because if you are at an age where you want to retire, you can actually sell it. And if you build a great accounting firms have a pretty high value in terms of selling price because if you have a lot of monthly paying clients, chances of them leaving is not that high. So if you start your own accounting firm and you have a lot of monthly paying clients, and if you do a good job of valuing and pricing your services, you can sell the business for like a 2, 3, maybe even 4 or 5x. So if you are doing, let's say, $1 million a year, you have a pretty nice retirement if you decide to actually sell the business. And there are many companies out there that actually want to buy your firm simply because if you have a great system, you have great software with AI, you can automate it, you can have a pretty nice ROI. Which for you as the person that wants to start their own accounting firm, another reason is it's great for retirement. If you work for someone else, you cannot sell the business. Maybe if you become a partner at a firm, you have some stock, but it's not valued. But if you want to sell the stock, you can probably not sell it for like a 4 or 5x. You just sell the stock to another partner. Then number 5 is simply because you don't have to overwork yourself. You can decide to take a vacation during tax season. I talk to so many accountants that during tax season they're working 80, sometimes 100 hours every week. Well, the owner of the company is sure putting in a couple extra hours, but maybe like 50 hours a week. He doesn't even have to work if he doesn't want to. Well, all of the staff and employees with the firm, they are really putting in so much effort and sacrificing all of their personal life to put money in the pocket of the person that owns the firm. Will they spend so many hours during tax season working? Well, the owner of the firm is just counting his money. Then the 6th reason on why you should actually start your own firm is simply because there will come a stage where you can work on the business instead of in the business. If you've been an accountant for quite a few years, you probably know that if you're not making progress within the firm, you don't get a promotion, that your work is pretty similar, right? If you are doing the books or you are doing the tax, at some point you have just done it for many, many years and you've kind of seen it all. Well, if you actually own the business, then you start with doing the same task in the beginning, but you hire, and there comes a stage where you can really do the strategic stuff. You can work on your own company instead of doing the operations. And you, at some point, you start attracting clients that actually need your advice and take it serious. So you can do more of the strategic work which so many of my clients actually enjoy doing more simply because they have a bigger impact and someone actually does implement their advice. They are not just saying, oh yeah, here's a tax plan, you can implement it if you want, or this software for your bookkeeping I recommend. No, people actually come to you because you are an advisor in a specific niche which I recommend. They actually implement the advice and they value your time more. The number 7 is you can finally charge according to value and not hours worked. If you are working for someone else, it doesn't really matter how much value you provide. You actually get the most benefit if you do a job in more time because you get paid an hour. So if you own your own firm, you get more benefit of providing value instead of doing a job in as many hours as possible because you get paid by the hour. Meaning that if you are good at your job, which I hope you are, I know you can be because you can easily learn it. If you are good at the job, you can provide value in a shorter time. So your margins will go up and you simply don't have to work that much anymore. Number 8 on why you should start an accounting firm is because accounting is known as one of the industries where even in a recession, it will never really go fully under. You know that every business needs to get their books done. Every business needs to have their taxes done every single year. So if you start an accounting firm, you know it's a safer bet than starting like a crypto trading company. So a lot of the companies and the starting accountants that I'm talking to, they also just want to pick this business model because they know it's a safe bet. They want to keep providing for the family and they don't want to be stressed in like every 10-ish years, when there maybe a recession will come, that their business will go down. Don't get me wrong, you still of course have to build a great business. The accounting industry itself is just proven to be recession proof. And the ninth reason on why you should start your own accounting firm is because the barrier to enter the market has gone down a lot in terms of client acquisition. Before, you needed to go to networking, you needed to know a lot of accountants and business owners. But right now you can just simply lock yourself in a room, start cold calling people, start messaging people, run your own ads, and get clients without, having a big workload of networking and knowing people. So if you want to start your own accounting firm, it's easier than ever to start your own accounting firm. You don't need a big investor behind you, or you don't need like 10 people to do the work. You have great software, you can automate some stuff, and you can simply get clients if you just know what you are doing in terms of messaging and calling people. For example, there are people like me who are posting free content online where they teach accountants specifically on how to get clients. So the barrier to enter the market has gone down a lot. So the reason I wanted to record this video is simply to inspire you to start your own firm. I'm talking to accountants every single day that are saying, okay, well, I'm finally starting my own firm because I didn't like to work for the other company. They laid me off because they have some AI thing that is now taking over my job, and I'm just simply not getting paid. So if you watch this video till the end, I know that you really are interested in starting your own firm. You can start your firm while even being employed by someone else. So I really encourage you to believe in yourself, to set that first step and to start your own business. Watch a few of my videos. There are also some other content creators out there that you can get inspiration from, and just set that first step in starting your own business. So many accounting firms, they started working with us. I'm not saying this so that you do, but they start their own firm, start working with us, and then later on they come back to me and they say, really, I'm happy that I'm working for myself. I enjoy my work better, I'm getting paid more, I have more freedom, and it's just also just more fulfilling. So I really hope that this video provided some insights, motivated you to start your own business, gave you some reasons on why you should start your own business. If you want some help with getting clients, there's a link in the description that you can click on, where you can pick a meeting with me or my team, and we'll explain how we do this. You don't have to click on it, it's just there if you want to check it out. Subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss any other videos, which will be helpful for you to start your own business. There are also other videos that you can check out. If this did provide you some value, make sure that you like the video. And if you have any specific questions about starting your own accounting firm, growing the business, getting clients, sales, marketing, whatever, just leave them in the comments and I'm happy to help. Thanks.